Hey Capricorn, welcome to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Coach Liz. All right, so I am going to be doing something different in this week's readings, Capricorn. I'm going to be separating and doing every sign separately. But before we get into your reading, don't forget that I'm still doing the 30-minute free reading giveaway. So, sometime during the video, I'm going to tell you what to post in the comments to enter the free reading giveaway. So keep an eye out for that. And don't forget, Capricorn, that this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate. So don't force the shoe to fit. There will be more readings to come. And I truly appreciate your support. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So, all right, Capricorn. I did a little meditation before I started the video. Now, you got truth and you got play. It says childhood memory, swing of things, joy, back and forth, and step carefully. So off top, what I got from this is you need to have a little bit more fun. But I also feel like you're being called to really either accept your truth. I feel like you're being called home to yourself, like actually accepting it and possibly speaking up about it. Like not only saying, this is who I am, but actually letting others know that this is who you are, right? This is the path that you're going to take. This is the journey that has been assigned to you, and then you're no longer hiding from it. I feel like I'm talking to a Capricorn who has either suppressed who they truly were since childhood. Maybe you were dealing with a particular parent or parents or caregivers who maybe not, I'm not getting a sense of neglect, but I am getting where they may have turned their back to certain things and didn't realize how that may have affected you as a child, right? Like maybe, growing up you wanted to be, I don't know, an astronaut or a superhero. Maybe you are into superheroes, right? And maybe you had a parent who didn't realize the importance of allowing the imagination to do what it does, right? And you were pushed to maybe grow up too fast or accept that I just want to say reality too fast. I don't know. Not that children are not in reality, but they have this sense of innocence where they're not scared of anything. Fear doesn't faze them, right? Anxiety doesn't faze them because they're learning. They're looking at the world like this big, huge playground. And I feel like in your situation, it almost feels like you were just forced to grow too fast, right? Or not tap into your imagination or allowed to dream and daydream. But now I feel like there's a part of you that's being called and pulled into allowing yourself to dream and your imagination to go off and do whatever the fuck it wants to do. Like have fun, get dirty, tap into those hobbies or those projects that you've been saying like, oh, I want to try that, or I want to do that, or I remember when I used to, I don't know, play with Legos and stuff like that. I feel like you're being called to allow yourself to tap into those parts of yourself that have been suppressed for so long, because it's time for you to grow. I don't know why I wanted to say grow up, but also allow yourself to be not childish, but childlike, right? You see how this, and I just noticed it. I'm using this card deck. I haven't used it yet. And it's called the Vice Versa tarot deck. And you see how all this gray, there's this rose still growing, right? So it just feels like you've been focusing on the things that have not worked out in your life, or the things that you wish could have been differently. But this whole time, it's like there is this rose that still was able to grow through the difficult experiences and the heartbreaks and the disappointments, right? Like, it's still, that rose is still there. It's still flourishing and blooming. And I feel like there's a part of you that is trying to flourish and bloom, but you're so focused on, I don't know, maybe working too hard or working too much, or money, money. I'm hearing money, money, money. Maybe you've been focusing on money, or just been in survival mode, right? Trying to fucking just survive. And it's like you've built this protection barrier, not only against other people, but just yourself. Like, almost to the point where you don't allow yourself to play, because it's time for business. Or I'm hearing it's business, right? It's all business. Gotta work, 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 work. I'm hearing Rihanna's song, work, 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 work. And now it's like, with the yellow hand, I'm getting like the solar plexus energy. It's almost like you're being called to, like, hold on. I'm looking at my little chart back here, y'all. I have this chakra chart that lets me know when something is out of balance, like in your, 7 chakras or whatever. And when your solar plexus is out of balance, you may be like experience like a low self-esteem, digestive issues, lack of confidence, fear, loss of control. And I just said that, right? As a child, you don't really have fear, right? Because you're just so innocent that you feel like nothing can hurt you, right? Especially as Batman, right? Like, you're just in this energy of like, nothing can hurt you. You're a superhero. Everything you put your mind to, you can do. And maybe that's the type of energy that you need to tap into. Like, pretend you're a fucking superhero, right? Like, allow yourself to put your cape on and have a little fun, run around the house. Maybe you have children, play with them, and where, play dress up as someone that that you as a child admired. Maybe that will help you tap into parts of yourself that that have been missing for a long time. Also for the solar plexus, if you feel like you're lacking discipline, or like you're just in this blah mood, right? It's because you're being called to have a little fun. Just have a little fun. It is okay to have some fun. I know you've been trying to conserve your energy. Maybe you've been on this long journey. Again, I'm feeling like survival mode. You've had to work to survive. And although you've been doing well, like you're self-sufficient, your experiences have brought a lot of wisdom. It just feels like now you're being called home to yourself, to who you really are. You see how she's looking into the lion's mouth? It's like you're being called to look at that inner, I'm hearing that inner beast, the inner beast in you, and pull that beast out, right? Don't be afraid to show it. I also feel like with this blue, I picked a blue candle for your reading. Your third eye and as well as your throat chakra, I think, are also being illuminated, where you're not only having to tap into your inner child, but also speak up about it. Accept who you are and speak your truth. You see how, again, back to the mouth, talk, speak, open your mouth, say who you are, be who you are. I'm hearing Eminem song, I am who I say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? Something like that. Y'all let me know. Y'all know I be making shit up. So, like lyrics up. I just always get downloads, but the lyrics just don't be lyricking in my head. But, I just feel like you're being called home to your true self, to your own truth. And you could have to deliver, for some of you, a truth to someone else, maybe. All right. For others of you, Cap, you could have, like, if you are like a parent, you could be receiving like some, news about your child. I'm hearing like good news about your child, like exciting news. Maybe they could be graduating or celebrating something. You got the Two of Swords I wanted to pop out. We'll see if it pops out again. All right, Cat, let's see what Spirit has for you. Let me just get a little bit more as to what this truth and play energy is that's popping out for you. Sometimes I like to do my readings like this, where I'll just let the cards tell me what type of reading they want me to do, because it's not always, even though it is always about love, because love is the highest, frequency. Love comes in so many different ways. We love we love our career, we love our job, we love our business. If we love people, we love, it's different ways, right? So that love shows up. So I don't necessarily always want to do love readings. But if it is about love, then we will talk about it when it comes to relationships, of course. All right, what messages do you have for the Capricorn Spirit? The Three of Cups. Celebrate. Celebrate. Come on. Look. You could be celebrating with friends. I'm hearing graduation celebrations, collaboration, playtime. It's time to play. It's time to have fun. 10 of Cups. It's time to enjoy what you've, worked so hard for. And not just what you worked so hard for, but also enjoy what you've enjoy not only what you've built, but also those who have helped you build it, right? Because we don't get here by ourselves. So I think it's just, if you've been really on your own, I like to call it hermitizing, because I am a Virgo. I go from being around people to not wanting to be around anybody. So I call it, I usually say like, I'm going to go hermitize because I like to disconnect. Maybe that's what you've been doing, right? Like you've been hermitizing, and now it's time for you to pop out, have a little bit of fun, celebrate, enjoy people who have helped you get here. Let them celebrate you. I'm hearing salud. In Spanish, we say cheers, salud for cheers. Maybe, raise a glass, celebrate yourself, pour a little bottle, glass of wine, whatever it is that you'd like to do to celebrate, What messages do you have for the Capricorn? 7 of Swords with the 4 of Cups. Okay. So you've been either deceiving yourself, right? Lying to yourself, which is why we're getting the truth energy with the 7 of Swords energy. And this is the back, and this is the front of the card. You see the front of the person, but it came out like this. So you've been turning your back. I feel like you've been turning your back towards yourself. You've been hiding from your own truth, or you haven't been wanting to look at your own truth. It's like, right? The journey I was going to say the journey that you need to be on, but your path to your higher self, to your true self, but it almost feels like you've been turning your back towards it. Like you've been lying to yourself about it. Like it feels like because you've possibly been successful with what you have been doing. It's like I'm hearing, well, it's worked out this long, or it's worked for me this long. Why should I change it now? And it's because it's not your truth. Right? Even though you have some shit in your hand, the more, you think you're going to get away with it. You think you're going to be like, you're going to be fine, but it's still a lie. And if you're living in a lie, then are you ever really going to be happy? Right? You could be feeling like, especially if you're financially well off, right? Like, well, I got the money in the bank, I got my retirement plan set, everything is cool, but now what? Now what? What's gonna happen for the rest of your life, right? Like, what are you doing for the rest of your life? Are you acknowledging, other parts of yourself, like your child, your inner child? Like, have you acknowledged that part of you? Is your inner child doing okay, right? Like, I feel like we ignore our inner child because we grow older and we're told not to act childish. Okay. Okay. You see how this person is having fun juggling, going back and forth? I feel like that's the energy that you need to tap into. I feel like you've been juggling so much, trying to hold it all together, saying like, well, I was able to like build all of this, so I'm good. But are you? Like, are you really, truly happy with where you are at within yourself, right? Not with what you have going on in your material world, not with all the things that you've built, all the riches, all the cars, all the whatever, right? You could be 37 years old, but is that really what making you is that what's making you really happy? Like, I think right now you're in an energy where you're having to face your truth 100%. You cannot ignore it anymore. And it's because you reached a certain level, right? I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if the world card pops out. I feel like you're getting ready to enter a new cycle, right? Either the world card or the Wheel of Fortune. I wouldn't be surprised if either one of those pop out, because I feel like I'm talking to a Capricorn that's getting ready to either ascend because you're being called to accept your truth. And I feel like every time we're pushed to accept our truth and then we actually accept it, acknowledge it, and take action towards it, certain things just no longer, certain things just shed away. They fall away. They get removed from our path. And I feel like that's where you're at. I feel like that's exactly what's happening. It's like, yeah, you've done all this work. Yeah, you've created, this beautiful home, beautiful car, maybe even beautiful family. I don't know. But is it your truth? Is it what you truly wanted? Or have you been following a blueprint that was handed down to you by someone else? And you just continued on that path, but was it yours? And it was, right? If you followed it, it's because it was your path. But now you're at a point where you're ready to ascend and elevate, and the path is about to shift for you. And it's supposed to, right? It's supposed to, because that's what happens when we ascend and we go to the next level energetically. We get to a point where we look at everything that we've done and we analyze it, and we're like, something still feels like it's missing. Something still feels like you see how this person is looking back? It's like they have all the swords, but they're still looking back. It's like, damn, did I get everything? Did I get everything I needed to get? You could also be dealing with outside energies who have possibly been, I don't know, gossiping, talking shit behind your back. Who cares? I'm not going to tap into that energy because they're irrelevant. So I just needed to mention that because it is here. Let me get some more for the Capricorn. What is this? What'd I say? The world. I love it when spirit and my guides be like, yep, you was right. 10 of Wands. So you finally ready? You finally ready, Cap, to put it down? You're finally ready to release the burdens. You're finally ready to let go and have fun. You're finally ready to say, you know what, this shit is getting heavy. I don't need to carry it. You don't need to carry it, Capricorn. You really don't. All you have to do is decide to close out the cycle. All you have to do is say, you know what, this is who I am at my core. And this is how I'm going to move with it. It's really that simple, y'all. It's really that simple. You just have to decide to take action towards it. You could be traveling for sure. There's a lot of travel energy. You're closing out cycles. You're finally accepting your truth. You're finally heavy, like I said, heavy on the ascension. Like you're ready to elevate. And that's because you are accepting your truth. You're closing out things that no longer belong, releasing people, places, and things. Oh, I just realized that she was a little naked, so I hope that, YouTube don't block this video. Anyway, the sun. That's that childlike energy again. Have fun. Go ride a horse. Go ride a horse. I'm hearing seeing that little, the carousel. Is that what it is? Where the little horses that goes around in circle. Maybe go hop on one of those. I know it's starting to get warm outside, so carnivals and the state fairs and stuff like that is getting ready to start. Maybe go have fun in one of those, even if it's by yourself, or take someone with you, take a friend with you. Allow yourself to do childish shit, not towards other people, but have fun. Write on the wall. I don't know. Some of you may have to do some fingerprinting for work, maybe for a job. You could be getting a new job that's requiring you to get fingerprinted. That's for some of you. I don't know. It just popped up. Let me get some more for the Capricorn. As I'm saying that, the Three of Pentacles popped out. So you could be, again, this could be something about work. And we have the Nine of Wands. For some of you Capricorns, you could be dealing with some deception or lies when it comes to your work, employment, your place of work. You could be dealing with, for some of you, business partners that could have lied about something or possibly deceived you. There's some funny play around here. That's pushing you, or it's causing some sort of blockages, or for you to have your guard up. I feel like you're blocking certain people out. Maybe you are leaving a business partnership because of lies and deception, and you're closing out a cycle. I feel like if this has to do, because I am talking to the Capricorn, so y'all are about money, 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 and work, work, work. So maybe, because I'm getting where other people were involved. Maybe you were working in collaboration with these people. Again, business partners or people who, you work with. And maybe you're the one that was doing most of the work, the heavy load. And you putting this shit down. Like, you're done. You're done. I'm done. I am done. You know, you're finally putting it down. You're finally putting your foot down. You're finally standing on business, speaking your truth, telling them, you know, I'm no one. I'm hearing I'm no one's bitch. Maybe that's something that you need to say to somebody. Who knows? Who knows? We're talking about communication here. That with the blue candle and this truth energy, is you have to speak up. Like, there's some truth that needs to be spoken about for sure. And it could have to do with the fact that you're either dealing with sneaky energies when it comes to your job or employment or business. Again, this could be business partners, where the load is just not equal, or you doing most of the work, and it's time to set some shit straight. You know, stand on business. Set some healthy boundaries. If you can't get away from these people, all right, let me get some more, Spirit. What other messages do you have for the Capricorn? Can you clarify the 3 of Cups and the 10 of Wands? We have the Knight of Cups. You have, Capricorn, you see this Tin Man? He is all protected, all secure, but still he's coming in with a cup. So I don't know if someone is coming to apologize, or you could expect an apology from someone trying to come in and collaborate with you. Maybe they know that they've been difficult, right? Maybe once you speak your truth, there is an apology that could be coming in. I do feel, though, with this energy coming, like it came out like this, and all I see is his back, right? Maybe you turn your back towards love, right? Maybe love was not something that you wanted or were open to. You could be dealing with a Cancer or a water sign, but I feel like you turned your back towards it, and maybe it became too much, right? Maybe it became too burdensome. It was just I'm hearing it's easier this way. Maybe you got used to being alone on this solo journey. Survival mode. You had turned your back towards it, and you just had too much going on, and you just felt like love was just going to add an extra layer of responsibility, and you turned your back towards it. You could have experienced a difficult love life, and even as a child, right? If we're going back to childhood, because I feel like in your childhood or your inner child somehow is either affecting your love life, or has affected your love life or your relationships. And I mean, that I feel like that's all of us, but I feel like in your situation right now, Capricorn, you are actually being pushed to face those parts of you that you have suppressed, because it's time for you to put those burdens down and actually open yourself up to what it is that you love, whether it is a career, whether it's a person, whether it is a place, a thing, whatever that is. Whatever you turn your back towards, it's time for you to open yourself up to receive it and enjoy it. And this is something completely new for you, right? Like, this is a whole new beginning, a new direction. It's actually exciting, y'all. Like, I actually feel it feels exciting. Communication with the 8 of Wands. So there's heavy communication energy. So either you're needing to speak up about something, or there's communication coming in towards you. Again, it could be an apology. Okay, Capricorn, this is the third time I'm trying to finish, no, fourth time I tried to record your video. I started yesterday, I gave up, trying again today. I am not going to give up. Your message is going to get out. But we about to cut it short because clearly the memory on my phone doesn't want to work with me. So hopefully you got that so far. All right, we're gonna close it out because it's about to really get on my nerves and I want y'all to get your message, Cap. So hopefully all of that made sense. Okay. We're gonna close it out with a Moonology card. What message do you have for the Capricorn? It's about to get on my nerves. It really is. What message do you have for the Capricorn? You don't have a message for the Capricorn? Okay. Okay. Work through your fears. The answers you need are coming and luck is on your side. All right, let me just read Full Moon in Gemini, 72. All right, it says, this card is a reminder it's important to speak your truth. Bruh. What have you been talking about for the past 30 minutes? But remember that your words have consequences and impact your listener. Right now, you need to guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. The issue you're facing could well be one or a few conversations away from being resolved. If you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting may be called for. If you're in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message. Least said, soon is mended. It's good to talk, but be careful you aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power. As metaphysician Florence Scovel Shinn put it, your word is your wand. You create magic in your own reality every time you... Cap, I don't know why they don't want me to get this message out to you, but fifth time. So y'all can't say I don't love y'all. Because we gonna get this last card out too. New Moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. I'm sorry, y'all. It's gonna look crazy when I connect all the videos together. But look, at least y'all are getting the message. Okay. New Moon in Sagittarius. 58. Luck is on your side. So that's good. All right, whatever is coming your way, it looks set to put a smile on your face. The new moon in Sagittarius can mark the restart of fun after a period of feeling low. What did I say about having fun? The energy is adventurous, even willing to take a few risks, but be careful you don't bet the farm or on something here, as the wheel of fortune is still spinning. This card is about exploring life metaphorically by exchanging big ideas with others or just thinking about your own philosophies. Perhaps it's time to change your mind about something important. It can also signal that a trip away is coming up, if that's something you're working to achieve. But the overall message of this card is that whatever happens next will be some sort of gift, even if that simply means widening your world view. Okay, well, that brings it all together. I think I did mention something about travel, but I know either you're traveling or you are getting ready to travel, but there's something coming your way that's definitely going to work out in your favor, or it just feels like the sooner you accept the truth or your truth, I feel like, or you speak your truth, I feel like something, like an energy of I want to say abundance, but like things are just going to start flowing towards you because you're finally functioning out of your higher self. You're coming home to yourself. So it's going to feel safer. It's going to feel things. I feel like things for you could just be like really emotional or just I feel murky, like just ugh. Maybe that's how you've been feeling. But we just had a new moon, like heavy on the Cancer energy, but yeah, Capricorn. Again, this is take 5, okay? But we got the message out. Ooh, the 30-minute free reading giveaway. In the description box, make sure you type in what do I want y'all to do? What do I want you to true? Ooh, type in I accept my truth. I accept my truth.